This is for the WX camera system offered by Kowa. The WX system is unique in the fact that it captures simultaneous stereo photography, meaning it'll take two images with one shutter release, where other cameras on the market now are two separate images. Kowa is one for stereo. So I'm going to pull up a sample image here to kind of give you an example of that. It also takes 45-degree fundus images, as well as simultaneous stereo photography. So it gives you two separate modes for viewing the retina and the optic nerve. Lots of different options here on the side. For tools, you have your input data, your open list to view previous captured images, your two arrow buttons for forward and back to scroll through the images per patient, your multi-mode to bring up different images per patient if you have, say, different appointments with photos from each different appointment. You can open the multi-mode and view those. Scale actually makes the image larger for the screen. Now we're going to scroll through and find a stereo photography image and show an example of that. I believe number 8 on the second row, last on the right. This is actually captured with one shot. So this is an undilated patient. Pupil size needs to be at least 4 millimeters or larger for single shot stereo photography. There are different modes to view this in. At the bottom of the screen, bottom right, you'll see a toolbar that has approximately 5 different options for it. 4 are going to be highlighted. The one on the left is for an older version of the software. So you have the first option is 3D topography. The second is used for the screen view tool that comes with the WX system, which is a parallel. This one here is the cross view for a screen view system. This is probably the one that's most used most widely. So this is the 3D topography. The computer generates a 3D optic nerve to show you the progression of cupping or vascularization changes both top and bottom. What's cool about this is that you can track the patient's progression of glaucoma over the time in your practice. So you can have multiple images like this year over year and form them into more or less a movie, more or less, that you can actually play in sequential order to watch the progression change over the course of their treatment under your care. Kowa is the only camera system that offers this type of technology. It's very similar to what you would find on an OCT, only this is in color and a 24 megapixel resolution. So this really allows you to further see more details that other cameras can't quite let you see. The bottom toolbar now opens up more options to enhance or change the original photo. The cool thing about Kowa is that you can do all these things post-image capture, where other cameras you actually have to capture secondary images. Kowa allows you to edit the originals. So all you would do is you make your edits per photo, go to the top, File, Save Edited Image, select OK, select Yes, and then now you have the edited version saved. It's always going to save the original, so you always have that to fall back on, but now you have a secondary view. This is going to be a red-free filter 3D optic nerve analysis. There's another secondary option. This also works on our 45-degree capture mode as well. So if you wanted to have a standard fundus image and then a red-free fundus image, it's exactly the same. I'm going to show this a different photo now. This is the gamma adjustment. So this is really used in a way to bring out more color or add more color to the image. So let's say that an image is captured and it's a little bit dark for your liking, or a little too light, kind of overexposed. You can open the gamma fixation on the bottom and actually adjust the amount of light coming in, or the amount of light in the retina. So this will bring out more of your nerve fiber layer, more of your pigmentation in the epithelium. Kind of allows you to see things in a different light. Some physicians like like different settings. The camera's going to capture at the factory settings, but you can always go in after image capture and brighten it, or decrease the gamma and actually darken it. So it's really, the editing is really in your hands. Whatever you like to see in the retina, whatever you're looking for, our software will kind of help you depict the best possible photo solution for you. There's also other types of options for filters that you can add post-image capture. They're located on the bottom of the screen there. It's a red filter, green filter, blue filter, and actually a negative filter. So, but the most widely used is going to be your green filter or your red free. One more view of a different optic nerve topography. You can actually use your mouse on your left mouse and your roller to actually zoom this in or zoom it back out. But this is kind of a really nice thing to have one-shot stereo capture, especially for patients that don't like to have multiple photos taken. You can also measure CD ratios. So it's going to add on the bottom toolbar, there's a CD ratio tab. It's going to pop up with a box in the upper left-hand corner asking you to depict 12 internal points that you're going to actually go through with the mouse and click. I always consider the hour hands, given 12 features. It's going to tell you how many you have left. And then you're going to do 12 external points. So once again, hours on the clock or somewhat close to it. It's going to keep track, telling us we have 3 left, 2 left, last one. And then we're going to hit OK. And it's going to give you the CD ratio measurement. You can also save this on the screen. So if you were to go to File, Save Edited Image, there, and OK, yes. Now that's going to save on the images for future visits. So when you open the patient's information on the next visit, you can actually track the progression of your measured CD ratio. That's now saved on that image, as well as the timestamp of when it was saved. So this is kind of an example of a 45-degree image that you can actually take measurements inside the retina on. So next to the CD ratio, you'll see a tape measure icon that actually allows you to measure from point to point and break it out in millimeters of distance. I just clicked on an article. Nothing in particular, but just to kind of give you a representation of the measurements. Let's see. Also has an educational icon that you can bring up anatomy models, either cross-section, forward cross-section, anterior segment to kind of describe the ciliary process, lower lid margin, and how visual acuity and how vision is actually processed. You can actually bring up fundus images and compare over different pathology cases in the retina. There's 3 different images you can actually compare, one being an FA image, which this camera, the WX, is not FA. It's not an FA camera. Kowa has other FA systems. This was just added in the educational loop. Back to the 45. Open the toolbar up. Back to the original image. So if you do any kind of editing to the photo and you want to get back to your original, you can always click on the original here on the bottom. It's the third from the right. The original brings up the original image that was captured. So it's going to take away all the edits that you've made. This is the scale function that actually scales the image to the entire screen that you have. So our camera system shipped with a 23-inch LED monitor, which really helps in actually making the image bigger to see in the office. So as you scale this fills the entire 23-inch monitor at 24 megapixel resolution. So it really allows you to see anything and everything in the retina. And actually, by grabbing with the left mouse key, you can actually drag it around. Back out to the original. You can actually zoom in. So if you don't want to scale the image, click on the zoom function. Just click on the image that you want to be zoomed, and from there you can actually file, save edited image, OK, and yes. And now you have a zoomed image of the area of initial capture. So the software is going to capture every photo at a 45-degree angle. Typically, one zoom power is going to get you to around a 20-degree. So some physicians like 45 and 20-degree capture. This is a way to kind of help capitalize on both of those. So by taking one 45-degree image, zooming the area that you want, and saving the edited image, then you have your 20-degree. This is also the same thing we did earlier in the stereo pair with the red-free filter. Now we can do with a regular fundus image as well, the exact same way. So now we can bring up both regular fundus and red-free to compare. Another little cool feature we can offer. In the multi-mode, I believe you can have up to 9 separate images. Typically 2 to 4 is about the average. Left, doing a right, left, either doing right, left fundus and then right, left red-free. Now in some of these images you'll notice a little bit of a white halo around the outside edge. That's typically from a patient's pupil size being a little bit smaller than 4 millimeters. Doesn't affect the stereo image, but the smaller the pupil size, the more difficult it's going to be to capture the simultaneous stereo pair. So this kind of concludes our walkthrough of the VK2 software on the WX system. Have a good day.